This week's weekly video fishing forecast is coming from Florida, where I'm down here fishing for an array of different Florida species, and I'll give you a full update. Paul McCain is at it again this winter and will show you how to tie his favorite fly. We also announced the first event we will be at for the winter string of shows, and our correspondents check in from the north and the south with some herring news to the west, all here at thefisherman.com.
The Fishing News is sponsored by these fine partners.
Before we get into any of my fishing down here in Florida, let's see what events we have going on this month. January the 15th from 8 to 4 p.m. This is this Saturday, located at Ward Melville High School, 380 Old Town Road in Setauket, is Striper Day, hosted by Surfcasters Journal and the Ward Melville Fishing Club. The event will raise funds for the club's activities. At the event will be tackle shops, fishing equipment, plug builders, manufacturers, clubs, and organizations. We will also have a booth at the event, signing up and resubscribing readers. From the 25th to the 29th is the New York Boat Show at the Jacob K. Javits Convention Center in New York City. For more information, visit nyboatshow.com. We will also have a booth there. Then is the Route 110 Fishing Flea Market on January 29th. That's Super Bowl Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Admission is $5, and that's located at Camelot Hall, 585 Broad Hollow Road in Melville. There will be a huge amount of new, used, and custom and antique fishing tackle for sale. For more information, call 917-312-0506. Don't forget, when you're at one of these shows, to renew your subscription to the Fisherman magazine and get a package of BKK hooks and fish bites for a new subscription or renewal. And being a subscriber allows you to enter in the Dreamboat Contest and Coastal Kayak Clash. So stop by, say hello, and we'll sign you up.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing: that nothing says no to fish bites.
As I mentioned before, I'm down here in Florida for the week doing a little salt and freshwater fishing. My first day of the trip started off in Tampa near the Skyway Bridge. We got a few dozen live shrimp and fished them on a knocker rig near the pilings, but small pinfish ripped them to pieces. I caught a few of the small baits and recasted them out in hopes of a bigger fish. I had one take, but unfortunately I missed it. The next day we were back and tried a different area with shrimp again. Ended up getting some sheep's head on the day. These fish are a mix of tog and porgies in my opinion. A lot of fun to catch. I changed gears and I scouted out the freshwater ponds in the Lakewood Ranch area of the state and found that the ponds did have a healthy population of half the pound fish. With a few better ones mixed in, Sanka worms rigged leadless did the trick. After some freshwater action, we headed to the Siesta Key area and worked the bridges for a mix of mangrove, snapper, and sheep's head. That ended up being a lot of fun, and once again, the shrimp on the knocker rig was the go-to. I also tried fishing after dark for some snook, and while I saw a few, I wasn't able to hook any on that night. For anybody considering making the trip to Florida this winter, make the trip. The weather is beautiful, and you basically have endless options, salt and fresh, to choose from. I also did get some reports in from the week back at home on the island. The King Cod and Mauritius took a cod run and reported to me that the fishing was a bit slow due to the warm water still. They will still be sailing some more trips in the near future depending on interest. The Super Hawk and Point Lookout saw a good mix of porgies, pollock, and cod on their last trip, and they'll continue to run on a regular schedule. Visit their Facebooks for an update on the dates that they're sailing. Back on the land, a few scattered herring reports surfaced around the police dock near Fire Island and inside of Northport Harbor, but nothing too spectacular or consistent from my sources. The best option still remains trout at the previously stocked lakes in the fall or connect rod for fly fishing.
It's the all-new Freeport Fishing and Boating Show, February 18th and 19th. Get your fishing and boating season started with over 50 exhibitors and seminars from pro anglers. Fun for the whole family. For more information and advanced ticket discounts, visit freeportfishingshow.com to be part of the fun.
Don't forget, this video is available as a podcast on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Search for the Fisherman Magazine podcast and subscribe so you can listen to the broadcast and our other content. With our fly and freshwater report, we have Paul McCain from River Bay Outfitters.
Well, hello, Matt. Well, I have to tell you, the weather has been really crazy. 50 degrees one day, 40 degrees the next. We're going to get a lot of rain, no snow in the future. So, and there's no freezing water, so there's no ice fishing here on Long Island. But there is other options, and I'm actually exploring. Now, I live in a very suburban area. I'm in Nassau County. It's a lot of houses. We do have parks. And this is actually a new park, Lister Park in Rockville Center, which runs along the Mill River. Now, what's special about this? This comes out of the Hempstead Lake, and it works. It's all the way down. It's all fresh water above Smith Pond. Below Smith Pond, it becomes brackish. And the farther on down you go, it gets more and more salty. So the good thing is you can get some bass in here, but you also can get the saltwater fish, the stripers. Right now, I'm going to come back here on a nice day and fish for white perch, because in my eyes, there's going to be a lot of white perch in here. A friend of mine, Tim, from South Shore Salt, he also, he lived in Rockville Center, so he used to fish over here, and he said, yeah, there's white perch in this river. Any little stream that flows into the saltwater might have white perch, and that's a not good option. Now, the other option, of course, go to the Connect What. I will tell you, it was my son went there on Sunday. It was a beautiful day, close to 50, sunny and all that. He got there early in the morning, and he was 13 online. So it does get crowded. But here's the thing. There's fish everywhere. He fished up above the hatchery, my nephew and him, and they had fish. They didn't even have to get wet, and they had a lot of fish. So there was a lot of fish to be had there. A lot of good times are happening. It is winter. If not, watch my fly time videos and stay indoors. So until next week, tie lines, everybody.
From Shinnecock, let's check in with Mike Dean.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Hope the new year's off to a good start for you. A little bit of freshwater fishing going on in the local ponds, some of the marshy areas for white perch. I have not been out there trying to teach myself how to cast a fly rod this winter, so just been kind of hitting the backyard with a fly rod that a buddy lent me for the winter. So yeah, kind of the same thing, going through some gear, not really making too much of a dent in things really, but and probably going to be adding to the arsenal this weekend. Got Striper Day going on on Sunday, Ward Mill High School. I always love all these shows where you get to bump into a lot of people that you get to fish with once in a while. You kind of only see at the shows. Some people you just kind of know over social media. And more importantly, all the hard work and dedicated local plug builders that, get to show off their wares. Fight Lure Company, that's based in Spionk, and a lot of guys around, the West Hampton, Quag, and, basically the same area I'm fishing in, Shinnecock to Moriches, have been using these lures kind of like a glider. He's been tinkering, for years with just getting it exactly right, and killer when there's peanut bunker around, like we had that, in abundance, towards the end of the fall run here, and even adult size bunker, really, able to move them at different levels of the water column. So, that's just one of many. I know probably Swag Custom Tackle will be there, and it's just going to be, a lot of interesting tables, a lot of interesting stuff going on. So I'll be over there. If you see me, say hi. I'll do the same if I see you guys. Other than that, if you're doing any kind of warm weather fishing destinations, please send us any of your, reports, pictures. You'd love to share them on here until, maybe it'll help scratch that itch a little bit until the bass show up in a couple of months. All right, that's it for now. I'll talk to you next week. Back to you, Matt. Thanks.
From Northport, we have the Cow Harbor Bait and Tackle Report.
Wow, it's that time of year. We're in January, and it's so warm out on some of these days. You know what? It really has woken up the trout, and the trout bite's been, fantastic. And it'll go cold again, and then it'll die out. But keep your eye out for, what I'm noticing, we get, a couple of really warm days. All of a sudden, there's, flies. We see, little larvae, stuff, popping out. So there's activity in the trout. They really respond to that. It's a great way to get out and do your dry flies and just have a great time. Remember, you got to have your freshwater license, Listen, we're open all winter time at the shop over here. So if you need rod and reel service or repairs or It's just like a customization. We do it all the time. Tuesday to Saturday are hours during the winter time until the season opens up again. If you want to visit us, we are going to be at Striper Day. It's over at Ward Melville. It's going to be on Sunday. And we're going to have everybody down there. It's going to be a lot of good vendors, a lot to see. I'll be hanging out with Phil at our table. We're going to have like fantastic deals and everything on rods, waders. I've got my personal plug collection I'm selling. So there's going to be like so many really cool things going on at our table. I hope to see you there. And as always, thanks for letting me into your life for a minute or so. And until next week, I bid you all peace and tight lines.
Our new correspondent checks in with some herring intel. Dave.
Thanks, Matt. Let's get into it. When it comes to bass in the Sound, the name of the game is holdovers. If you can brave the cold, there are still slot bass being caught at night by the mouth of rivers. The herring by me continues to be spotty, but Justin of Magnolia Pier Bait and Tackle in Long Beach gave me a call to come on down because the herring bite is hot. We used a green light to attract the herring and a sabiki with a flasher to hook him. We would cast out the sabiki rig and slowly work it back toward the pier while jigging off the bottom. If you need flashers or sabiki rigs, Justin has got you covered. Make sure to stay up to date with my fishing adventures by subscribing to Funky Fishing on YouTube, where you can see my recent herring trip and trips all around New York. Stay safe and warm, everyone. Back to you, Matt.
Lastly, we check in with Captain Ben Gilmour from Marina Pez Vela down to Costa Rica.
Hey guys, this is Ben Gilmour checking in from Marina Pez Vela, Costa Rica. This week we got the Pelagic Rockstar Tournament. It's the biggest tournament of the year down here at Marina Pez Vela. Right now we got 96 boats registered, hoping for a few more the next couple of days. We kick off fishing this Friday and Saturday. We're fishing for sailfish, marlin, tuna and dorado. There's more than 1 million bucks on the line down here. My little boat Good Day is going to be in the tournament. Wish us luck, guys. Right now out there we got a great marlin bite, mainly blue marlin at the moment, and lots of sailfish too. Just yesterday we released 7 sailfish, 1 blue marlin and a nice big dorado as well. So great fishing going on. The full moon a few days back messed up the inshore fishing just a little bit, but the last couple of days we got cranking again. We got snook, we got snapper and we got rooster fish along the beaches. Hope to see you guys down here soon. Come and escape the cold. Come and see us in sunny Costa Rica. Back to you guys.
The Fisherman magazine has launched their apparel store. Hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, all online now and free shipping with orders over $100. It's the perfect gift for yourself or the angler in your life. Visit thefisherman.com/shop or click on the card in the upper right. Remember to like our video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tap on the bell to be notified instantly when we post a new video on YouTube. Check out this week's video description on YouTube for all the related links and index for specific reports. Please support our correspondents by visiting their websites and social media pages. I'll see you at the Striper Day show or when I get back home. See you right here next week at thefisherman.com.
Well, I'm here at the fly tying desk. I'm tying up one of my favorite flies. It is an incredible fly for trout. And it's one of the simplest flies to tie. And what fly is that? Well, it's an ant. Ants are everywhere. They live all year long. You get a warm day in the wintertime, they'll come out. If you have spring, you get a little rain, they get washed into the streams. The trout know what they are, and they'll take them when they can. It's an opportunity for them to get high calories. And it's a very, 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 very easy fly to tie. So let's get to the bench and tie it. It's only 3 ingredients. Well, Matt, this is a very simple fly. It only has 3 major ingredients other than the hook and the thread. It's got a little foam strips right here. It's got a little poly yarn right here. And we're going to use some grizzly hackle, but you could use black hackle, brown hackle for the legs. That's it. That's the whole fly. Very easy. You could tie these up very quickly. So what I do is I put a nice base of thread and then trim it. And I take tie in right at the halfway point, my little rubber strip here. This is 2mm foam. I cut it into the little strips. I buy it in the sheets and I cut it up. Now I'm going to fold it over, and I'm going to tie it in again. I'm going to cut a little bit. I don't need this much out. Then I'm going to wrap forward. Bring my thread back. And I'm going to fold it over. Just like that. Okay, it looks like an ant. Now I'm going to take a hackle. I like to try to size it. This is a size 10, so I want a fairly large hackle feather. And I'm going to strip it off. And tie it in on the side. And I'm just going to cut a little piece of my poly yarn. Do little cross wraps. Bring my thread there. I'm going to start wrapping my hackle. I'm going to do 2 or 3 wraps behind. And it slipped out. And then I'm going to do a couple wraps right in the front. Reach in there, cut that out. Reach up, cut my wings. And wrap forward. And do a couple of half hitches. And then cut the thread. And that's it. That's the whole fly. There's not much to it. It's trout candy.